Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel, Baba. Welcome to the channel. Kaizer Chiefs wins 4-1, beats Obert College 4-1. Convincing win. Yes, convincing win. We were bound to beat people by a big scoreline. Even the scoreline that we see today, 4-1, is not enough. We were meant to beat Obert almost 8 goals because of how many chances we had and how we controlled the game. There's certain elements of this game I didn't like. When you are controlling this game and you are basically running the show and then you go and concede a goal and it becomes 2-1 and you put yourself under unnecessary pressure. Things like that, or things that we're going to be talking about. Before we get into that, please like, comment, and subscribe. Mdu Shabalala, basically this game contributed to all the goals. All the goals that went in, all 4 goals today belong to Mdu Shabalala. If this guy does not win man of the match, then I honestly don't know who should be winning man of the match, because this was Mdu Shabalala's game. He took control. Every touch he made, it hit the back of the net or it was a good chance. And yes, he did make mistakes, but what I liked about this game is that when he needed to be critical or when he needed to be effective, he was. And then there are mistakes that happen in the game. You will make mistakes in the game. But when we needed him to score goals, he scored. When we needed him to assist, he assisted. But yeah, there's a lot of things we have to unpack. Like I said, Mdu Shabalala for me is the best player of this match. He was by far the best player on the pitch, just because when he was in the final third, the decisions he made ended up in goals. He got a chance to score, and then he saw Vilagazi, gave Vilagazi the goal. We extended our chance to 3-1. Then next one, he had a bad first touch, fourth goal, bad first touch, but he recovered by getting the ball to Flavio. Goal. Flavio scores, super sub again. And then his first goal, the first goal that kicked us off, just simple, passed the net. He passed the net. Like, he didn't shoot. Like, the Mdu Shabalala, I know, will try to blast the keeper. This guy passed the net. He just passed the net, and then his other goal was just him being in the right spot and making the right decision, and he passed the net. Both of his goals were him passing the net. Simple. There was nothing weird. He just passed the net today. But let's talk about the first half. The first half, we went in. We went into the first half leading 1-0. It was a bit frustrating for a lot of us watching the 1-0, especially we scored early, but then it just felt like Chiefs was playing like a team that's winning 10-0 already. They were just not showing enough intensity in the critical moments. They would get to the final third and almost our intensity would drop. I don't know why it was like that. And Obert College was... One thing I'll say that was nice about Obert College is that Obert College didn't play this low block nonsense we tend to see. Obert College came at us. Like, they came and they were coming at us. They were playing their game. And unfortunately in the PSL, I've often said this before, teams that go pound for pound with Chiefs tend to often lose, because pound for pound is the game we win. We win the pound for pound game. We have the players and it's our game plan. It's how we create the pound for pound. That's where we create our chances. We struggle when a team creates a low block, like we saw with Durban City. When you just play that low block, that's where we struggle, because then if you hit us on a counter and we're not ready, you can score. So I'm glad that Obert College came out to play, because it played into our hands. But the thing about Obert College that also, like, I think in the past 2 games we've been exposed in very critical areas. Obert College had very good chances. You would be lying if you thought Obert College didn't have good chances. They did. The difference today was Peterson. Peterson was excellent. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. If I could, I'd even give him a 9. He just had that kind of a game. He saved us in so many instances, good saves, like everything. There was just a lot of silly mistakes. Like, it was the kind of mistakes we made today are the kind of mistakes Sundowns often scores against us. And I don't want to bring Sundowns into this video, but Sundowns often doesn't score against us because they've created the best chances. No, they score because someone creates a silly mistake at the back and we concede. Today it was the same story. People are creating silly mistakes. and we almost get punished, and we get saved by Peterson and people clearing the ball on the line. So that was our game. But the other player I want to shout out, like, I don't know in what world Modi will be playing ahead of Velibai. I have to be honest. And yes, we've only seen Velibai against an open orbit college. It's going to be very different when we play teams that are very low block. When we play teams that are very low block, we may see Velibai struggling a bit. But in this game, you can tell the difference between Velibai and you can tell the difference between Modi. Number one, Velibai goes at his players. He goes at the defenders. He knows how to find the critical part. He makes the right decisions. He attacks the goal. He has good touches. He has good drop of shoulders. This boy is such a you know sometimes you realize when we always used to call this guy, they used to call him a diamond, but you can see it. You can see this diamond because he's not just technically good. He's an athlete. Like, he knows how to run on the ball. I think in the first half, what they said about Velibai, which was very interesting, they said he has a very Dupree running style. And that's very true. This guy has the speed of almost Dupree. Not exactly Dupree, but like he's as fast, not as fast, but like he can give Dupree a run for his money. But the difference is that he's technical on top of that. So he has speed, but he knows how to make the right touches. He knows how to cut in. He knows how to make the right reads. He created very good chances for us in the first half. Very good chances. And in the second half, he created a chance and Monyani shot and it was saved by the defenders. So that was good. The one, then, like I say, our defense was, what can I say? Our defense was sleeping at times, but I don't blame them all. Only I also blame our midfielders. Our midfielders, like Mteto and Tele, they were playing games against Orbit College that they can't play. I said it before the game in my pre-match thing yesterday that they are going to press our midfielders. And that's what they did. They were pressing Utabucele and Mteto. And the thing is that what irritates me the most is the people who don't know how to control the ball are always asking for the ball when there are 15 players around them. And then us as our Chiefs players, the ones who have the ball, like Abo Quinika, Abo Aiden McCarthy, they still pass these guys. And they pass them when we are close to our goalkeeper. And that's where most of the chances this Orbit College was creating came from. It was these silly mistakes that we make by our box. And I don't understand why. Like, if there's no pass, let's just play it out wide. Give it to Abo Cross and them, and we'll see. We'll rotate the ball until it goes. But don't force them to pass all the time. Even Thabo Cele, I'm not comfortable with Thabo Cele in our midfield. I won't lie. Our midfield is playing, and we all see our midfield is playing. But our midfield does not make us comfortable. And I don't know why it is. We praise Mteto every game because of his marking, but when you pass him and you expect him to do midfielder things, he just makes you uncomfortable. When you pass him in tight spaces, he just makes you uncomfortable. The one thing I don't like about Thabo Cele is that he forgets he's in the game. I don't know. He thinks sometimes that he's in Kasi football or whatever. He just forgets. He forgets he's playing for Kaizer Chiefs. He forgets he's in the game. His mind switches off instantly. And then you're like, how? Wake up. How? You're like, why you like, sometimes you will feel like you're being negative. We won, I'm meant to be celebrating. But every time we pass Thabo Cele in a very good position, the first thing he does is that he wants to go backward. His first touch is always taking him back. Like in the second half, I don't know who was it. I think it was Flavio who was shouting at him. Because Flavio was saying, me and Solomons are making a run behind. It is clear There's no one in front of you. All you have to do is pass behind. You go and pass Sereno, the most difficult pass. If you pass me and Solomon's, we are one-on-one with the keeper. But you go and pass Sereno, who when it gets to Sereno, it gives these guys a chance to recover. And Flavio was shouting at him like on that. He was like, why are you not passing the ball? Like, why? And it's like, we made our run from so deep. It's not like you didn't see us, but you just choose to not pass us. You choose to play this difficult ball. So that's the one thing I don't get about, or that's why I'm not comfortable with that. I saw my boy today. I'm not a fan of him playing deep. I won't lie. He had good touches, yes, but I'm not a fan of him playing deep. I'd rather see him playing more up ahead. But yeah, that's a story for another day. Ighodaro, my 2 cents on Ighodaro. First half, we didn't compliment the guy at all. We really didn't compliment the guy. We were just not getting the ball to our striker. It's the second half where the striker got the ball. But the first half, no. But also Ighodaro, he got a decent chance to score. So he can't leave this game thinking he didn't get a chance, because he got like a one-on-one, and yeah, he did what he did. So Ighodaro can't say he didn't get a chance to score. He got a very good one. Even Flavio got 2 excellent chances, maybe 3 excellent chances. Two of them he hit out. So the one he got, he shot the ball out. This is the third one, he headed the ball out, and then the other one he tapped the ball in. But he got better chances than Ighodaro. But the difference is that Flavio never goes deep. Yeah. But one thing I want to talk about Flavio, he scored, and a lot of people are happy about Flavio. But the one negative that I noted about Flavio, the guy came on as a sub, but he looked more tired than the players who started the game. He was just walking. He was just like not interested at times. He was just like, his body language was negative. But then in moments he would wake up and then he was like, yes, Flavio, go. But like, the thing that makes me not comfortable with that body language of his is that it makes you realize that then it means he can't start. Because the one thing Ighodaro does do is that he does press. He does close down. He helps us in the first line of defense. But Flavio does not help us in the first line of defense. He only helps us when it's time to score. He's there. When it's time to score, he's there. But when it's time to press these center backs just so that they can stop these long balls, he's not there. And we know Chiefs struggles with these long balls. But yeah, then Mfundo Vilakazi, it wasn't a great game. We'd be lying if we said Mfundo Vilakazi had a great game. It's just that the goal was fantastic. He scored an amazing goal. That was top class goal, but he didn't have a good game. Based on his standard, it wasn't a good game. And the reason why I said it wasn't a good game is that I'm not expecting him to dribble every player. The things that he's good at, I just want him to be good at those things. Like on a bad performance, at least just give me good performances on the things you can do. And what do I mean? Set pieces. Give me good set pieces. Too many of his set pieces were overhit today. Then there's runs on the ball, making the right decisions. It was unlike Mfundo Vilakazi. He was making too many of the wrong decisions today. But like, the goal was him. And the thing is that what I need from him is I need him to avail himself like that more, because he is a good scorer of the ball. But it seems like that chance that we saw today, he doesn't put himself in enough spaces to score that kind of goal, which is where it's a bit disappointing for me. But yeah, then Bradley Cross had a very good game, and I know I'm going through all the players, but I have to in this game. Had a very good game. McCarthy, not a good game. McCarthy did not have a good game. The goal we conceded is McCarthy. Why do I say McCarthy? When fans were starting to attack McCarthy, it's this goal that he keeps conceding. He struggles with the flight of crosses. The last time he was struggling, him and Marco kept conceding the same exact goal. Today he conceded that exact same goal. And my problem is that it cannot happen like that. Aiden McCarthy is struggling with flights of balls, even when there's a long ball hit from the back. Aiden McCarthy is running too far ahead, and then when he jumps, he's almost flicking the ball for the strikers of the other team instead of him headering the ball back to where it came from, because he's running too far ahead. And when he runs too far, he realizes he's run too much ahead. Then when he jumps, it's like he's just touching the ball a little bit, but then it goes. It's like a flick on for these guys, and they get a chance. So Aiden McCarthy didn't have a good game. I don't care who says what. People are gonna say yes, he's comfortable on the ball. We won't fault to Aiden McCarthy. What he gives us in terms of playing the ball from the back is amazing. The problem is there are these basic things of defending that he needs to get right. Because then the person who is going to get those things right is coming, and that's Dudley. Dudley is going to get those things right because Dudley can also play from the back, and Dudley knows how to read the flight of the ball, and Dudley is even a taller player than Aiden McCarthy. So Aiden McCarthy needs to fix his game. He needs to stop running forward and not judging the flight of the ball. He's acting like an immature player at times, and I don't like that. But game time is good. These games are good for him to learn, but one day it's going to cost us, and he has to fix that side of his game. But yeah, I think I've covered all the players of today's game. Serino came on and did what we expect from him. Played a decent game. I won't say too much about Serino because the thing I'll say about Chiefs players that sometimes I like their enthusiasm, but it's going to come at a cost one day in that our players are going to make the wrong decisions, because sometimes our players are shooting when it's better to pass, and sometimes they are passing when it's better to shoot. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's the past few games it's been getting a bit better. I think the game where we beat Simba and this game are the two games that are a bit better. In terms of chance creation, this game we should have won 8-0. But yeah, well done Kaizer Chiefs. This was our best win of the season. We are now on the same points as Sundowns. That should tell you something. Like, and I'm saying this to make people understand this. We have been a poor team. And when I say poor, I mean we've drawn too many games. There are 2 games in these draws that didn't deserve to be draws. That goal where Kanyisa Mayo defended the goal, like there were too many games in the 4 or 3 draws we got so far that didn't deserve to be draws. So why I'm saying this is that we're on 22 points, but had we done better, had we at least scored 1-2 of those games or converted the chances on 2 of those games, we were going to be on 26 points. But anyway, we take it. Amakhosi.